Hey guys, it's Brian. We're back in the garage with the Jeep. Today we're getting ready to go off-roading. We're going to head up to Brown's Camp again. We're going to do a Jeep Badge of Honor trail again. This time we're going to be doing cedar trees. I'm interested to go check it out. They did just log the area, so I kind of want to see what it looks like afterwards. You guys want to stay tuned for that. The pictures online are pretty shocking, so I'm interested to see what it looks like with no trees on the trail. All right, here we go, guys. Alright guys, here we go. We're just getting down to the staging area. We're going to air down real quick and head off to our first trail. Here we go. Alright, it ended up being a beautiful day out at Brown's Camp. It was a little crowded, so you do want to watch for oncoming traffic. We're going to head up to run power line. We're going to do a little optional section in Kevin's Jeep. Should be pretty cool. Check it out. As you guys can tell, there's evidence of a lot of logging up here. We're going to head up to what's called the Little Rubicon. It is a double black diamond. It is a little short optional trail here, and Kevin's going to give it a go. Here we go. Alright, that little section was fun to watch. Alright, now we're going to head back down power line. We're going to head on over to University Firepower, and that'll be the connecting trail to Cedar Tree. Alright, here we go. So Powerline's a pretty easy trail. You could pretty much run it in any 4x4. We are going to do a little optional offshoot here that makes it a little bit more fun. We've got Tony behind us in his JK that's silver as well. That thing's pretty cool. Alright guys, keep watching. that was a fun little offshoot there on power line. Now we're going to head on over to University Firepower. All right, here we go. Alright guys, so if you've never ran the trails out here at Browns Camp, they can get pretty tight in some situations, but that's what makes it fun winding through these trees here. We managed to get through this section unscathed. Alright, we're going to head up this next section of University Firepower. These are pretty easy trails out here. This is going to be a blue circle for you. Alright guys, here we go. All good.
So you're driving with no hands showing off, and that thing wasn't even recording?
Not the back one. It's on now though, you can do burnouts.
Totally rad.
Alright guys, we're going to wind through the trees for a little bit on this trail. That's one of the great things about these trails out in Oregon. You do have a lot of trees and it is really scenic. That's why I'm really curious to see how that new section of cedar trees looks after they've logged it. Alright guys, stay tuned for that. So we're coming up on another optional section here to the right. This section's pretty cool. It does really test out your flex, and it's pretty cool to take some of these side sections that really test out your Jeep a little bit more. Alright guys, let's go. Alright guys, we're going to keep moving on. This next section is a nice little hill climb. I remember doing this years ago in my JK, and I remember my passenger being a little nervous on this one. It doesn't look as intense on camera, but it is a fun one in real life. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, here we go. This is going to be the start of Cedar Trees. This is a pretty easy trail. It's going to be a moderate trail for you. This is the trail we came out to see. We want to see what it looks like after they logged it. And you guys, if you're going to do the Jeep Badge of Honor, don't forget to check in on the app there before you get started. Alright guys, here we go. Alright guys, and a cool side note, if you guys ever come out here with the Jeep Jamboree, this is one of the trails that they always run, so you'll definitely see this. Alright guys, stay tuned for the famous cedar tree here in a minute. Okay guys, here's going to be another little side obstacle. Kevin decided to take his XJ through. That means we're next. Here we go. So guys, as you can tell, this is where the logging starts. That means we're getting pretty close to the famous cedar tree that you can drive under. It is pretty shocking at first to see what this looks like when you emerge out of the trees there. Alright guys, we finally made it. There's the famous cedar tree that this trail's named after and that so many people come out here to see. It is currently occupied, so we're going to keep carrying on, but a lot of Instagram pictures were taken here underneath this tree. It is pretty low. You could probably get a stock vehicle underneath it, but none of our Jeeps are going to fit under that. Alright guys, now that we're back in the trees, we're going to keep winding up the trail. There still is a few more sections to this trail, so stay tuned. Okay guys, we're coming up on the last section of trail. This one's pretty cool. It has some epic views and we get a little surprise once we get on the backside. So stay tuned for that. Alright, let's go ahead and start this last section in Cedar Tree. We did say goodbye to Tony and his JK. We'll be seeing him again in future videos. Alright guys, let's head on up the hill here. Alright guys, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely a fan of all these views on these trails out here in Oregon. It's definitely a beautiful place to go wheel. Alright, then on the backside of this trail we get a little surprise. We still have a little bit of the white stuff there. I'm just glad it's not on the trail like our last trip. Okay guys, that's going to do it for Cedar Tree. That was a really fun trail. I'm glad we came out here. Now we're going to head on back down to where we can air up. Enjoy the view. Alright guys, that's going to do it for our trail ride today. We ran cedar trees out there in Tillamook. It was a pretty fun day. We had great weather. It was a little dusty, but it was still a good time. Even earned a Jeep Trail Badge of Honor, so that's pretty sweet. Alright guys, if you want to watch more off-road videos and install videos on my Jeep here, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Alright guys, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks guys.